Hello, everyone. My name is Zia. I am lead instructor at AI Sciences. Today, we are going to talk about prompting or prompt engineering. We know that this is an era of generative AI. For example, we have a very famous generative model by OpenAI, which is called GPT or ChatGPT. We have another generative AI model by Google, which is called Gemini, and so on and so forth. The list goes on, right? So generative AI models are so powerful that if you have just the basic idea of programming, you can generate very complex codes. If you have very tiny idea of data analysis, content writing, graphic design, you can do wonders. But if you know prompting or prompt engineering well. So today we are going to talk about prompting or prompt engineering. What is the difference between a good prompt and a bad prompt? How you can get the desired outcome from ChatGPT, Gemini, or any other generative AI model, by using a good prompt. So we will discuss very briefly what are the main ingredients of a good prompt, right? So let's forwardly jump into the content. And first of all, let's visit a bad prompt, an example of bad prompt. For example, over here. By the way, it's not going to be a theoretical lecture. I'm going to go towards the practical part as well, so don't worry about that. Like just a little bit of theoretical stuff, the boring stuff, right? And then we'll move towards ChatGPT, right? Cool. So here you can see we have a bad prompt, right? It says, write something about energy. Well, it is a prompt, and obviously ChatGPT would write something about energy. Why not, right? But it is lacking mainly three things. It is quite vague. Terminology isn't very much clear. What user want or what we want from GPT isn't very much clear, right? And then it is lacking details. What kind of energy are we talking about? How much do we want to write? What aspects do we want to cover? So details are not available in this prompt. Then it is too broad. So for example, here it says, write something about energy. It can be fossil energy. It can be chemical energy. It can be human energy, right? It can be, various types of energy that it could be talking about. So it is quite vague, quite broad kind of a query. So it is really bad. So we will use this query as well, but on the same time we have a good prompt as well. So this prompt says, create a blog post outline about the benefits of using renewable energy sources like solar and wind power. So now you see it is a specific prompt. It is specific towards solar and wind power energy. The audience, we are also describing the audience as well. So either audience are going to be the technical people, either they are going to be the board members, or they are going to be just beginners or casual readers, right? So we have to be very clear and specific. What do we need? And then the necessary details should also be there in the prompt, in the good prompt. And then the context should also be provided. Who are the readers? What are the audience, right? And how much content do we want to create? So this is just an example of the difference between good and bad prompt. Let's go towards, let's see what ChatGPT produces. If I just wrote this prompt as it is over here so that it could save some time at our end. So I'm saying write something about energy. And I'm pasting it in ChatGPT and hit the enter button. And here we are going to get some response, hopefully. Yeah, let's wait for a minute. Yeah, there we go. So it has started producing the response. So response says, energy is one of the fundamental concepts in science. So it is overall talking about energy, nothing specific that we were expecting. Right, so here it has started talking about different types of energies, kinetic energy, potential energy, thermal energy, so on and so forth. So yeah, it is not. This is not something that we want if we want GPT to write a blog about energy. Right, now let's go back and let's pick up this good prompt and let's see what this prompt does. Let me stop this one, right? And here we go. So I'll say create a blog post outline about blah, 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 blah that we just learned about a good prompt, right? So here we go. It has produced a specific title for the blog post here, and then the introduction, a few points about the introduction, and then what are the renewable energy sources, definitions, examples, their benefits. You see, everything is structured and to the point. And if you will read these things in depth, you will see these things are quite specific towards the beginner audience, towards the beginner readers, right? So this is the difference between a good and a bad prompt. Moreover, we can also generate images by using generative AI as well. We are not going to go much into the depths, but in short, an example of bad prompt for images is draw a city. Well, which city, which kind of city, futuristic city, light city, daytime, nighttime, evening time, busy city, or what, right? But if we talk about a good prompt, it says create an image of futuristic city at sunset with flying cars and glowing skyscrapers in a neon color palette. So if you will simply copy and paste these prompts into ChatGPT or any other generative AI model, maybe Gemini by Google as well, then you will see the clear difference between both of these prompts, right? So if now, bottom line is, if you want to learn about prompt engineering or how to write a good or a specific prompt, here are the details. We have produced a brand new course where we are talking about prompt engineering, and not only the prompt engineering related to content creation or non-technical stuff. This is a comprehensive course if you want to learn prompt engineering. This one course is good enough. Why? Because here, let me just talk a little bit about the content of the course, and then you will get to know why. Overall, if you see in descending order from below, you will see the last section is about creating the visuals by using prompt and how you can enhance your prompt engineering skills to create the visuals, right? So this last section talks about that thing. Then second last, or section 5, talks about how you can use generative AI APIs. For example, if you want to write a code and where you want to hit the ChatGPT API and you want to get results in the form of JSON or something, this module is for you. This section 5 is for you. And then in section 4, we are talking about AI-powered coding, where you can incorporate GitHub Copilot, which is generative AI coding assistant, you can say. You can incorporate it with any IDE, for example, Visual Studio Code, PyCharm, and many more. And then it will write code for you. It will also fetch the context of what you were what you were writing in the code, which variables you were using, and you can just give it a prompt and it will write complete code for you. So it is kind of your personalized assistant, coding assistant. Then we have a whole module, a comprehensive module, where we are talking about how we can craft an overall good prompt. Specifically, we are using ChatGPT over here. So what are, if I go into the details of this this section, you see getting started with ChatGPT and the basic introduction that we all know. And then what are the types of prompts? What are the prompting techniques? The dashboard navigations? What are the examples of writing clear prompts? And so on and so forth, how to avoid hallucinations and much more. So here we are talking about in depth about what are the good prompts, what are the bad prompts, and how to avoid different mistakes that usually people commit in writing the prompts. Then in second section from top, we have a tiny section that overall talks about what are the overall principles of writing an effective prompt and something like that. And then in first section, it is an introductory section where we have talked about what is generative AI and how it is affecting the overall audience, overall world. So in my opinion, in my personal opinion, if we have two type of people, right? One who are the beginners. So this course is very important for you. If you're a beginner, if you know a little bit basics about coding or content creation or whatever, learning good prompting skills will enhance your skills 100 times. And if you are expert coder, expert web developer, expert AI, expert data analyst or something, then this prompt engineering course will fasten up your daily processes. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and this course is for you. Link is in the description, and you can find it somewhere in the link as well. So Go ahead and check it out. Thank you very much.